All right, and we are live. Welcome, everyone. Rafa here with Partner Driven. We're just going to wait a few minutes as while everyone is still arriving. Uh, Frankly, Peter just got here. It's incredible. He just logged in and is getting settled down here at his place. We have an incredibly exciting evening planned for you guys as we are pulling back the curtains on our Deal Maker live event. We're going to be talking a little bit about how it worked, what happened, some of the stories, and announcing our next date, which is going to be super exciting to have the folks that are able to make it, because these events are limited because they're being held in our office. But we'll talk about that more here in a few minutes as we're waiting for everyone to arrive. But while people are still arriving, please do me a favor and type it into the chat window and say hi. I can see Brad. What's up, brother Brad? And Shane Ray are saying hi already. Please type it into the chat area where you're from and where you're at. Delante is saying hi. Awesome, guys. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. Peter is in Atlanta as well. We're in different locations, but we do this every Tuesday night because this is our way to connect with our community and let our community know all of the exciting things that are taking place and opportunities that are taking place. And hopefully an opportunity for you guys to get to know us a little bit. I see Diego yes, Francisco down in South Florida. Awesome. Larissa, Delante. You guys are amazing in Washington, D.C. Crazy little side story. I'll be planning my high school reunion up in Washington, D.C. this summer with my buddies, my friend. Don't tell anyone. 25th high school reunion, and we're having a lot of fun planning that. It's going to be super cool. We have David in St. Augustine, Florida, and Bruce in Big in Texas. That's awesome. And I see Peter's just arriving as well. What's up, Peter?
Hey, Rafa. How you doing? It sounds like you don't need me.
Oh, man. You know what? We do need you, Peter. You got to guide us through the incredible stories, because you're the one in the trenches in particular, because today we're talking about Deal Maker Live. And you and Julie, I know Julie wasn't able to join us today. That's why I'm jumping in. But you and Julie got to hang out and work in the trenches with about 40 individuals. Some are partners, some not our partners. But wow, the results were absolutely incredible and so
amazing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and yeah, totally amazing. I can't wait. I know there's a bunch of people still jumping on. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I said let's just give them a couple more minutes. And yeah, I mean, I'm just – there's nothing I love to share more than real-life experiences, and you know that, Rafa. And we had an unbelievable real-life experience here with a bunch of individuals. And the great thing is we're going to – hopefully this will be a great learning experience for some people, because I want to teach a little bit, too, through this. Mm-hmm. And then most importantly, we're going to talk about the next one, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So while we're waiting for folks to arrive, Peter, do you mind if I get to share with them a little something for those that got here early, give everyone a little first view at something I've been working on?
I love it. Let's roll.
Awesome. Well, I love the people that show up on time. It's just, it's an honor that you guys share your Tuesday nights with us. So myself and Ben and Peter and Julie and Chelsea, we've all been working on something super special that I want to share with y'all. You guys ready? Check this out here. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So you guys are the first ones that get to see this. We've been working on a deal-driven certification course for all of our community, right? For our partners, and if you're not a partner, you can still have access to this as well. This deal-driven certification is absolutely free, and the purpose of it, what we've been working on, is not only how to use Deal Driven, which is really cool because the software is amazing and it does everything that you want it to do if you're a real estate investor, but really the more important part is how to use it to make money with it. And so we put this course together, and the driving force behind it is how to get certified on how to find vacant properties and pre-foreclosures and off-market real estate deals in your area. And this course is absolutely amazing. Peter, you're going to love this part, because what we did in this course, guys, we broke out all of the steps on the workflow on how to use Deal Driven. But Peter, none of these videos and none of the trainings are over 2 minutes. These are.
Oh, that's my kind of training.
That's right.
That's the kind, but that's the kind of stuff that guys like me that actually are in the trenches need. That's awesome, Rafa.
Yeah, we call it the Deal Driven 0 to 60 fast track, right? And we cover how to rapidly find vacant properties in your areas, how to easily find all the pre-foreclosures in your market, how to look up any property in the US, how to build powerful prospecting and marketing lists, how to one click get all owner contact information, how to create optimized driving routes from it. And at the end, Peter, we have a certification quiz that they can take to make sure that they understand how to use the process. And if they do that, we have a special offer for them. If they go through this process, which is really cool, like I mentioned, you get to learn exactly how to use Deal Driven in a way that to generate deals and revenue for you, right? So not only you get that value, but if you go through the process, we're also unlocking additional special trial offers for Deal Driven. And it's a special trial offer that you can only get from in here. If you go to our website, you can get a trial offer too, but it's just a 7-day trial offer, which is awesome. And I hope that you do that. But if you're the kind of person that really wants to learn how to use the tool before you use it so that you can get a free trial offer and start generating deals from it, then I want to invite you guys to be the first to come into the Deal Driven certification. So it's so new that we don't have one of our cool URLs for it yet already, but I'm going to put it into our chat window here, guys. And I guess it's going to be all of y'all that got here early that you can jump on it. Like I mentioned, it's 100% free. If you're already a partner and have it, absolutely this training is still for you because we really did, as I mentioned, really kind of made it into bite-sized training so that you can do the 0 to 60. Now, you might already, if you're a partner, you're probably already using Deal Driven and know exactly what you're doing, or I hope you do. But if you feel like you're not, or you feel like you could improve your workflow, this certification course is for you. So Mark, thanks for asking that question. And everyone, it's free. Just click on it. You guys can sign up into it. All of the lessons are super quick, and you get a little bonus at the end. How's that sound?
You know, Rafa, isn't it amazing how many times people buy tools before they know what the tool's all about? Yeah. And A, you never get the full potential of the tool. B, you may actually totally miss the tool. So this is, and I'll give you I'll give Rafa a lot of pats on the back here. I mean, really, he's really revolutionizing how we do things here at Partner Driven by really educating people first. Whereas a lot of times it's just like, hey, just buy, and you're not sure what you're buying, and you're buying a bunch of hype. Whereas the philosophy here at Partner Driven is shifting. We want to showcase what we do. We have nothing to hide behind closed curtains. It's not like, hey, come buy it and then check it out. With us, it's like, we're going to teach you what this thing's all about. That way you can make a good quality decision if it's the right tool for you or not. So I think this is phenomenal, Rob. Honestly, I do not know anyone else in this space that is actually investing time into educating people on something that they have the decision to get or not. Where usually it's you go to some kind of a sales page, read some kind of a gimmick, read some kind of this. We're just showcasing it. This is what it's about. And I could tell you from my perspective as a real life investor who's been doing this for, over 2 decades now, I could tell you this is the tool to get, but Rafa is going to show you that this is the tool to get. So that's fantastic. And how they can access it, you said by clicking on what?
I put a link in the chat area for everybody, but I'm going to do one last little share real quick since you mentioned, because you can access all of this information. Like Peter said, we are on the bleeding edge of revolutionizing how people learn real estate online, and try to put as much value as possible on the front end. We believe that if it's real, you should be able to check it out. You should put your, be able to chew on it and get to experience it, so that you can take that leap and to make the big commitments that you have to make from a time perspective and a resource perspective to be successful in real estate. So guys, you can go to partnerdrivenuniversity.com as well. And I'll put that here in the chat bot, or the chat window area here in 1 second, but I'm going to hit enter on it just to show it to you, because this is our temple of knowledge that we're building, as Peter said, on all of these courses. And you can come here and you can be welcome to the Partner Driven University, and it's only going to continue to grow. Today, you can go to it. You can see that we have the Deal Driven certification course available that we were just talking about. And this is another way to get to it. We have our partner program application, which is a complete partner training and pre-certification process to be able to join our partner program. But it's incredible, Peter, because they get to experience what the partner program is all about and learn to see if we're a good fit before ever having to talk to us or reach out to us or even apply. It's amazing. We also have the 21-day deal challenge that so many folks have joined us on, and our partners get for free. And you can come in here and join it, but it's a 21-day challenge on all the steps that you need to take to get a deal under contract in 21 days. And actually, Peter, the stories that you're going to tell us tonight, and the stories from Dealmaker Live, we have some stories on how people are getting deals in 6 days, 5 days. I mean, this is not hard. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not that it's not hard, it's that it's not difficult. If you do the effort, which effort can be hard, right? It's hard work, right? You will get the results, and it's not difficult. And we also have a deeper dive in the Deal Driven University available, all from partnerdrivenuniversity.com. And you'll be hearing a lot more. Peter, we're going to be releasing soon a couple of new courses, including our online marketing course that has been 6 months in the making. Is going to be coming out here in the next few weeks, and we hope so much more. So that's my pitch on all of the awesome learning that you can get from Partner Driven for free, right? Go to partnerdrivenuniversity.com, get into the Deal Driven certification course. You guys will be the first one, and we look forward to getting your feedback.
Awesome. Totally awesome. I feel like I've had a handful. I mean, I'm full. I'm done. That's a lot of stuff. But I will tell you, just from my end, Rafa, obviously I'm kind of the investor part of this, and use my partner, kind of the marketing guy, the explanation guy, and I could tell you this is phenomenal. From a real life investor who does real life deals for a couple decades. This is phenomenal what you guys have done on your side of the model there. And that's, if I had this, when I started, what you guys are putting together on that side, I wouldn't have been lost is the best way I could describe it, and it's so easy to get lost in this business when you get started. You don't know what to hold on to. You don't know what to grab. You don't know what tools to use and all this. And I really, really appreciate what you guys have done. So that's absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, let's go ahead and get rolling, guys. And it's Rafa and I here tonight. I'll kind of take the lead. I'm sure Rafa will pinch hit. We got a phenomenal stories we want to share with you guys today. I mean, we have, it's interesting. Well, first of all, let me start out the way I start out, but I'm going to really shorten it down today. 2 audiences with us always on Tuesday night. We appreciate you guys being here. Some of you guys are partners, and man, we are so glad and we're so excited you guys are here. Obviously beyond Tuesday nights as a partner, you'll have access to tons and tons and tons and tons of other things. You're as a partner, hopefully you're communicating with our office on a daily basis. As a partner, hopefully you're grabbing the leads we're generating for you because they're there. As a partner, hopefully you're taking advantage of all the funding that's available through us. It's literally unlimited for the right kind of deals. As a partner, hopefully you're taking advantage of the construction, and hopefully we're doing deals. And some of you guys are our partners, and we're so glad you're here. Some of you guys are not our partners. And the reason Rafa and Julie and the behind the scenes team, we still do these Tuesday night webinars. We make no beef about it. We want you to become our partner, because that is how we as a real estate investment company grow now. We literally partner with individuals across the United States, and we do real estate deals. I mean, that is literally, sorry, I'm just opening up my window. That is literally our model today. And so, you know, for those of you that are not our partners, the reason we do these Tuesday night calls, it's a way for you to get comfortable with us. It's a way for you to see, who are you going to partner with? Are these guys for real? Are they actually, do they know what they're doing? You know, what kind of tools, like in Rafa spend the last, 5-10 minutes talking about the tools that are available for our partners, and how we educate and how we teach and all that. So if anytime tonight during the webinar, or if you're listening to it in a recorded environment, you're ready to do deals. I mean, because that's what our partners do. We do deals with our partners. All you have to do is simply go to www.partnerdriven.com, and you can learn more about our partnering program. But tonight, guys, I'm going to tell you how, I was talking to somebody about this, and what happens is, as in the end, we're business owners. We're a real estate investment company, but we're not General Motors. We're not Zillow. We're not some kind of a billion, trillion dollar operation. We are what you would call small business owners. And as small business owners, you have to sometimes you kind of throw mud against the wall. I mean, I know in the Rafa's marketing department, there's plenty of times they throw mud against the wall and just to see what sticks. Well, in our model, we're always throwing things against the wall to see how we can get to the next level. How can we impact people more? How can we do more deals? How can we help our partners do more deals? How can we help potentially non-partners jump in with us and do more deals? And so one of the things that we have experimented with here, and Ralph, I can't remember when we started, maybe about a year and a half ago, but we thought about it a while back, and we said, you know what? Let's have live events. Let's bring people into our world here in Atlanta, and let's spend a couple days, and let's just hang out with them. Let's teach them. Let's motivate them. Let's educate them. Let's show them what we're all about. And let's face it, one thing we don't do is we don't hold anything back. We experimented with our live events in the last year and a half, in different formats, in different venues, different quantities of people, what we offered. And so I'm going to give credit tonight to somebody who's not here, and that's Julie. So about a month or two ago, Rafa and Julie and I were sitting in a meeting. We get together at least once a week. And Julie came up with this idea. He's like, you know what, guys, what if we take it a step up? What if we don't just do a live event where we teach and educate and motivate? What if we do something where we actually do something with our people that are there? Like when they leave, what if happens if they leave, they actually have something of value beyond just knowledge? Because, let's face it, that's what most live events are. They're there to teach you, they're educate you, inspire you, and all this. And Julie's like, we got to figure something out. There's got to be something more to it. And so, and then she's like, you know what? I got it. Because we are an investment company. We're a partner-driven model. The value is, what if we kind of give somebody a deal on a silver platter to a degree? How close can we get to have people come into our world, spend a day with us or so, and actually walk away and start working on a deal? And I don't know if you remember that night, Rafa, but you and I, Julie and I stepped out of that meeting, and I grabbed her. I'm like, oh my God, what better gift or what better opportunity can we give somebody in this business? That's it, an actual deal, right? I mean, that right there is it. And so how do you start a deal? If you think about it, where does a deal come from? How do you formulate a deal? It's all about teeing it up on the front end. And so make a long story short, probably a month and a half, 2 months ago, we came up with that idea. What if we bring people right into our office and we do the most basic part of this business, but really what I think, in my opinion, is probably the most powerful part of the business. We start calling on sellers. Because I could tell you guys, there's a lot of things that need to be done in this business, but you could be brilliant at all those things. if you cannot get in the door and talk to a seller, I don't care what a great contractor you are. I don't care what a great realtor you have in the back to help you sell a property. I don't care how cheap you can maybe borrow money somewhere else. None of those matter. It's all about getting in the door and talking to a real life seller. And so that's when we came up with this idea. Well, how about this? We spent a whole day with people and we hit it from 3 different angles. Angle number 1, you show up to our office and we spend the first hour or 2 and we're going to just teach you what it means to talk to sellers. And guys, you know what, again, the one thing I was going to say I hate to boast, but I don't always hate to boast. Sometimes it's okay for me to boast. But the one thing I will tell you guys, after doing thousands of deals, I know how to get in the door. Julie knows how to get in the door. The one thing we're very good at is getting in the door of a real life potential seller. Not only are we good at it, we're good at teaching it. We had a whole call center here of real life people talking to sellers, getting in the door. So we have, we have the credentials there. So what if we take a day, in the first hour or 2, we're going to teach people all the tricks, all the techniques, all the strategies, all the verbiage, all the scripts, everything that we've learned here over 20 years, thousands of deals. And we're going to just spend that time, the initial time, and teach them everything you know about getting in the door. Value proposition. Yes.
Yeah. So let me jump in if I can, right? Because how revolutionary this was when Julie brought that idea and we were at that meeting, right? Because up to then, like you said, we've done these live events before and they're incredibly meaningful for us because I mean, and for those of you that have joined us, you've seen how one after the other, they become better and more impactful. And Peter said that earlier, it's all about impact. How can we best serve our community? And as we were looking at what we're doing, we're like, we're creating a whole weekend. We're doing a lot of training from end to end, but at the end, what do they leave with? Well, they're getting to leave with face-to-face contact with us and other partners, which is invaluable. Get to leave with motivation and inspiration and maybe a swift kick in the butt, which is invaluable, right? And with a lot of knowledge. But when we looked at that, it was like, well, but that's still not enough. That's what's happening everywhere else, and that's it. And that's a problem, right? We need to change it. What if they could leave with something, right? And as Peter was just saying, holy cow, right? What if they could leave with a deal? And automatically we had to change everything to how we were doing it, right? We were getting bigger and bigger and bigger in our events. And we made a conscious decision as a team to go, nope, let's go smaller so that we can have a greater impact with the most motivated people that are ready to make it happen in this business. And that's how this Deal Maker Live and this process of being able to do the phone calling, to do the negotiations, to set the appointments, and even close some deals, right, Peter?
I mean, literally, it surpassed our expectations of what was possible in a day of that. But let me kind of go back to where kind of what I was talking about. So the first thing is we're going to teach. We said, well, let's just teach these people, whoever's there, whether it's our partner or non-partner, we're going to teach them what it means or how to get in the door of a seller. Okay. The second thing, the second value proposition was, let's give them some leads. I mean, let's not just teach them, but like when they show up, let's have 200, 300, 400 leads ready for them to go right in their own marketplace, right? And the third value proposition was this: let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's actually start taking what we provided for them that day in terms of teaching them. Let's take the leads that we generated for them, and then let's just spend the next 2 to 3 hours and let's call and let's contact sellers together. And let's go through it together. Let's go through from A to Z, then the scripting, the objections, the hang-ups, the success stories. And guys, I could tell you, Ralph, I almost told you to do this, but I was running late. I wish we could play the video that's on that on the website.
I heard you psychically. I have it teed up for you.
See, well, there you go. And guys, I'm telling you, this last and when was this? Was this last week? Yeah, last week. Basically, we had our initial, and this is so funny because it's the initial. Rafa, what are we calling it?
Deal Maker Live.
Deal Maker Live. I'm going to write this down. We had the initial Deal Maker Live, and that's what we had. A couple dozen people in our office for several hours. And I could tell you guys, it was an absolutely transforming day, because everybody, think about it, who gets excited about cold calling sellers, right? I mean, if you think about it, who in the heck would get excited about making cold calls? And let me just kind of walk you through this, guys. When people got there, and I remember just, it was an excitement atmosphere. People were revved up, but in the end, it's like, it's like getting excited about going to a dentist, right? It's like, what the heck? We're going to be calling a bunch of people we don't know to sell a property they might not want to sell. And so here it was. We jump in, we get started. I do my little couple minutes, and then Julie gets up. And then when Julie gets up for the next hour or two, it becomes very evident that Julie knows what she's talking about. And, as I stood back into that room that day, Rafa, I could just see the people, the couple dozen people that were there. I mean, it's just like, it's like walking to the dentist office and realizing, oh, I show up there and nothing really happens. No pain, no nothing and all this. And it's just like that whole thing. I could just see the energy, that whole thing. And people were just, and Julie's like, pivoting off these amazing lines and the scripts that we're using and all this. And so for the next couple hours, Julie and I, we just start teaching the people that are there how to get a hold of a seller. We start teaching people that are there how to script, how to communicate to a seller, how to talk to an in-town seller, how to talk an out-of-town seller, how to talk to a motivated seller, how to talk to potentially unmotivated seller, and it's just, the goal that the first hour or two was just bring it all together. Okay. It was bring it all together, but then it was time to get serious, and that's when we literally started divvying up all the leads. And Rafa, we're divvying it up through the app you talked about when we got started through Deal Driven. Everybody got access that day to Deal Driven. And guess what? They opened up their Deal Driven in their phones, and there were like 250, 350, 450 leads for them. By the way, these were the only leads that convert in today's marketplace. These weren't like MLS leads, Zillow leads, for sale by owner leads, a bunch of wholesalers. This was like direct to owner contact, owner phone number kind of leads. Bottom line is these were the only kind of leads that actually convert. Okay. And so, and then you could just see the energy, like I said, it just kind of started out like, oh, we're here to make cold calls, to Julie and, and I spending some time teaching, and the energy went up, and all of a sudden leads appeared in these apps, and the energy was over the top. And then, it was time to let loose. And so it, I just literally told, we operate out of a 10,000 square foot building. I said, guys, break up. Don't just sit in this huge conference room here right now. Everybody break up. I'm here. Julie's here. The team's here. Our negotiators are here. Our callers are here. And let's go to town. Let's start making calls to seller. Guys, and I could tell you for the next 3 hours, I'll just tell you from my perspective, I literally went from individual to individual to individual. And to me, it was like mesmerizing. I'd walk up to somebody and they're calling leads to somebody in their marketplace. And then all of a sudden, boom, an appointment gets set. I come to somebody, they're calling to leads, where would they live? And all of a sudden that seller is like, what are you talking about? So a couple of times I saw Julie do this, and I did this a couple of times. I grabbed the phone, I start talking to the seller, right? And all of a sudden, I'm teaching, I'm educating that person that they are, how to convert maybe from a not motivated seller to potentially motivated seller. And then all of a sudden, I remember I was talking to one of the partners there, and he was a little discouraged. He spent the first 30 to 40 minutes, there wasn't much success. And I literally just moved from, it was Eric Lee, but I moved from Eric's seat to one seat up, and all of a sudden I hear this bam, bam, bam. He's like tapping on my shoulder. And I'm like turning around. He's like, dude, that one line that you guys gave us, amazing. And next thing you know, he said 2 appointments in a row. And Eric and I just talked yesterday. They weren't just appointments. We got contracts out there. Okay. And it was just amazing. As we're walking around, we're high-fiving people. People are starting to set real-life appointments wherever they have challenges. Julie or Laura or myself. Mary was, we were jumping in. That's right. Some of our callers were there. We're jumping in. We're helping them. We're strategizing through this, right? And so what happens, something that is absolutely unsexy, unglorified, really nobody gets motivated to make seller calls. It became real to people, right? Because they started seeing that this is not that difficult, that if you know how the verbiage to use, if you know how to approach the seller, if you know how to kind of angle the whole call, this is not a very difficult thing to do. It's very possible. It's very realistic that you could actually create motivated sellers out of people that didn't potentially want to sell. And I could tell you the amazing thing that started happening as we started going through that day. All of a sudden on the board, one appointment set, next appointment set, next appointment set. Then all of a sudden, like 20 minutes into this thing, Rafa, I'm hearing, oh man, forget the appointment. The person's ready to get a contract. So contracts started flying out that day, right? You guys understand what contracts are, right, in this business? Contracts is when somebody's like, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to do something. I'm ready to, to move. So, it was just like mesmerizing. As the day went on and on, more people got comfortable with the process. More people got excited, believe it or not, excited about the process. More people got scripted. More people got smoother with what they're doing, and more results started happening. And that whole day was nothing more than interaction from the people that were there to myself, to Julie, and the rest of the staff, and really just showing them how this whole thing works. Mm-hmm. By the way, Ralph, I know there's a bunch of people here tonight that are like, okay, when's the next one? When is the next one? And how did they get here?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you were mentioning, the energy was incredible, right? And we are just mesmerized by actually being able to create an event where people leave with results, right? There's no one else out there doing an event like this where you actually come to it and you're leaving with actual appointments and actual deals. And because of that, Peter, like the people that heard our first call, wow, we had folks come from all over the United States to Atlanta, Georgia. It was incredible. I arrived a little early because I had to set up the music and all of that stuff. And I'm arriving around 8:30 in the morning, and there were already people there. Even though we weren't getting started till 11 o'clock, because some folks had flown in, some folks had taken the bus to get here, and they just wanted to be in the energy. They wanted to be in the offices. They wanted to be with us, with the team, and we wanted them there. That's what we want. That's what we were looking for. And so, Peter, you're absolutely right. By 11 o'clock, when the event really got started, the connections and camaraderie and the excitement that our partners and the folks that listened to our call brought was just absolutely out of this world, right? And so because of that, we're going to do another one, and we're going to do another one just around the corner. Okay, you guys ready? You guys want to know the date for it? They might have seen it already, Peter. I was kind of showing the website. Here, let me share my screen. So I'm going to share with you guys the date. And Peter, do you mind if I share with them the video?
Do it. You read my mind.
Awesome, guys. So listen, the next event is just around the corner, March 21st, right? That's next month. That's and we did a change. The previous one, the one that we just did, we did on a Wednesday, Peter, in the middle of the week, and we filled it out, right? But we've decided that we're going to make it easier for everyone, and this one's going to be on a Saturday. March 21st. But we'll see if it's easier. We hope that it is easier for you guys. Bring you guys into the office. We think that it might be also really good for phone calling that day, but it's going to be a Saturday, and it's just a one-day event. And it's not one long, boring event. It's really just like Peter said. It's all action, action, action. And actually, I'm going to let the video kind of tell the story here a little bit. Here we go. Let me know if you can hear it, okay, Peter?
Hey guys, Peter here. And Laura, we just got done a couple days ago with our last deal maker here. It's amazing, guys. This is the day where we spend with people all over the United States that come to our office, and guess what we do? We call sellers, we make appointments, we try to get contracts out. The bottom line is we take people through the process of putting deals together. We educate them, mentor them, teach them exactly the kind of verbiage, the lines, the scripts to use when you're calling sellers. Then we literally have leads we hand out all
You turn it up?
year that we get ahead of time.
That's as high as I can do it, guys.
And guess what? We start dialing sellers. People get spread out all over these offices. We're walking around. We're talking to them. We're strategizing. Amazing things happen. And
So Peter, I'm hearing for some folks that they can't hear it really well. So I'm just going to put in the URL for them, okay? Because this video is awesome, because in just a little bit more, we actually show the people doing the phone calls, getting deals under contract, and we were just about to go into the stats, but I think it's better for us to say the stats out loud. It was incredible. Do you mind if I say them, Peter? Can
Yeah,
we share
you roll with it.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, because this is the results of mastering deal generation through the art of cold calling. In one amazing day, we had 40 people join us, right, for the day. Out of 40 people that were with us, we generated 33 appointments, 11 contracts, all in about 6 hours of what turned out to be a lot more fun than work. Wouldn't you agree, Peter?
Yeah, I mean, I again, this is not like the coolest thing that everybody wants to do, but I could tell you the energy, the excitement, what was taking place there was just absolutely energetic. I mean, it was just, it's magnetic. And guys, I could tell you, when I was talking to people about this weekend, I just made it very clear. This is a working day. When I was talking to people about this day, this was a working day. The goal was to generate. Think about this. What else can you possibly want when you go see somebody to teach you how to do this business than the ability to go back home, wherever home is, whether it's across the street from us, and like Rafa said, some people came across the country. But what else can you possibly want other than the ability to start doing deals? And we launched, like Rafa said, appointment after appointment. People started getting contracts. And the cool thing is, Rafa, and I think I emailed this to you, there's people that are actually working on real life deals as a result. And we're not talking about like months down the road. We're talking about just last week. I mean, there's real life deals. And I could tell you, in terms of volume and profit, there's no question, from just what I'm hearing right now from people that were there, there's going to be well into 6 figures of profits that are going to come out there. Hey, but the one thing I didn't hear you mention, Rafa, how if someone's ready to get going, and by the way, here's the thing that we ask. Everybody contributes a little bit. You know, we don't, it's a way for us to cover the expenses. Everybody pitches in $149, but how can somebody, if they're ready to sign up, how can they do that?
All right, so if they're ready to sign up, I have put into the chat window, partnerdrivenlive.com. But I do have some bad news to tell you guys, okay? Right? In the process of becoming more hyper-focused on the folks that we're working with, right, so that we can generate these results, we have to limit the number of people that can come to event. So Peter, in the past, when we promoted events like this, you know, people, it was understood it was going to be for about 150 people or so, and people, and it was great, and people could get their tickets, you know, at any given time to come join us, because we rented a big place and stuff. But this is different. It's not only about the space. It's not only that we're doing it in our offices, but we're with our staff, but we're actually working one-on-one with everyone that comes. Everyone gets to work. Everyone's going to be phone calling. Everyone gets leads. Everyone gets coached. And for us to be able to do that, we can only have 50 people come join us. And we have to limit it to that. So that means you guys tonight are the first ones hearing about this, about our second Deal Maker Live. You're the first ones to know what the actual URL is, www.partnerdrivenlive.com. And if you go there tonight, you can secure your space. But I promise you that we're going to fill up ridiculously fast, right? We filled up super fast last time, Peter, for the event that we had. But when people hear that there was 33 appointments generated and 11 contracts coming out of this almost like a flight simulator boot camp, like you get to get into the driver's seat, right, and make deals. It's going to fill out incredible. And not only that, there's people already. Brandon Robinson saying that him and his fiance are coming in. That's awesome. We definitely, I love the family teams that come, Peter, because I'm a family team too. And not to, get down on the non-family teams, but it's just awesome to see family working together to make an impact, to make a difference. John Scott saying he is in. He's coming down. Guys, it's March 21st. Registration starts at 9:30 a.m. We go full on at 10 o'clock. Julie's going to be laying down her wisdom on all of this. We're going to get deep into Deal Driven, right? And we have a lunch. We all have a lunch together, and then boom, we launch. It's phone call after phone call, setting appointments, negotiating deals. And you have Peter and Julie and Mary and Lara and Chelsea and myself and the rest of the Partner Driven team all there supporting you. And it's kind of like, do you remember learning how to ride a bike, Peter? Do you remember that process? I remember
right away, Rafa.
Yeah, Peter didn't learn. He just jumped on and drove off. But for the mere mortals in the group, if you guys remember, I don't know about y'all, but I was so scared initially. Like, I didn't want my dad to let go of the seat. Like, it was like really scary, like, because it was very unnatural. But at the moment that I got the gist of it, boom, I was gone, right? And that's what this Deal Maker Live feels like to me, Peter, because you could feel there was excitement in the air, in the room, and there was a little bit of nervousness. But once the folks started phone calling, you could feel like the ahas like happening in the room and going like, oh, these people aren't scary. I'm actually helping these folks, right? I'm actually bringing value to the people that I'm calling and talking to. And at the moment that happened, I think that was the first appointment went on the board, and then appointment after appointment started happening. So exciting, guys. PartnerDrivenLive.com. Only 50 can come. There are like 60 people on the call tonight, so it could fill up tonight. We definitely want and hope that it's filled up with the real action takers, right? The people that are going to come and take advantage of this one-of-a-kind opportunity that doesn't exist anywhere else in any other event that you can go to, where you actually come in and from minute one, sit down and start generating deals. I don't know, Peter. Did I cover it?
I think it's pretty clear. As I said when we started, there's one facet of the business that we all as investors need to be able to do. I don't care if you're just getting started and you're doing it all yourself, or you're further along like some of us, and you have to have a team, but you have to teach that team how to do it. And that is the ability to generate the ability to generate appointments with sellers. That is inexplicable. That is the one thing you cannot shortcut, you cannot curve around, you cannot escape. So it's very simple. If you feel like learning how to talk to sellers, how to communicate with sellers, how to get into sellers' doors, how to set appointments, if you feel like, yes, I'm ready, then we'd love for you to be there. Guys, but at the same time, remember, it's a working with, what's that?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say really quickly, it's a working day. We're there to we're there to go to work. We're going to have fun. Like Rafa said, we're going to grab lunch together. You're going to have the team, Rafa, myself, Julie, Chelsea, Rena. I mean, we're all going to be there. That's all cool. But it's a working day. So come prepared to work. Come prepared to not only work, but to get results. Because the goal from that day is to start moving towards a real life deal. So that day is really potentially should be, a 10, 20, 40, $50,000 profit day for you. I mean, that's really nothing else short of that. Then that's how you got to look at that. That's the direction we want to take you into. And obviously we'll show you how you could partner with us, where we could provide all the capital for your deals then. So you don't have to worry about that. Don't think, well, gosh, what happens if I get a deal? Guys, we're there. We're going to show you how we can do deals together. Don't worry about, well, how do I fix it? Don't worry. We're going to show you how we could help you fix it and all that. We got all that covered. We just want you there so you can make those initial calls with our help, get some appointments booked, and let's go do some deals together.
Mm-hmm. So some folks are asking a really important question is this only for our partners, right? And you know what, guys, everything that we do first and foremost is for our partners, because we do business together. When they succeed, we succeed. So as we're coming up with all of the ideas here at Partner Driven, and we're coming up with what are we going to do next? How can we best bring value to our community? We're thinking about our partners, and we really hope our partners will come join us and for this very special opportunity. With that said, this is open to the public as well, because what better opportunity for us to get to know each other, for us to get to feel out the waters, see if we're a good fit, see if this whole thing is real, than to actually come to our offices, actually get one-on-one coach. Imagine if one day of coaching does this, imagine what a lifetime of coaching, which is what Partner Driven is all about, is like, right? And so we want to give you guys a taste, a really powerful taste of what Partner Driven is about. So we want you to come too. So if you're not a partner, don't worry. Come. The deals that you generate, they're yours. You can do whatever you want with them, right? Maybe you'll want to partner with us. Maybe you'll like us, and we hope that that's the case. And if that's the case, we'll have the opportunity to have that discussion together as well. But the idea is to prove concept first, right? Can you generate a deal? Can we deliver what we say that we're going to deliver, right? And that's what DealMaker Live, in my opinion, proves the concept, because we get to our partners and the folks that want to come work with us can prove that they have the initiative and the drive to come meet us at this incredible, ridiculous deal of only $149 to come spend the day with us and generate deals, and for us to deliver to you guys an unparalleled experience, something that you cannot find anywhere else, which is an opportunity to have this one-on-one, face-to-face with our community. It's amazing. So someone's saying, will there be another office opportunity? Yes, the March 21st will be at our office. If you're asking if there are going to be other opportunities after March 21st, you know what? You never know. I mean, life is crazy. We're always we're shifting and improving and focusing our attentions on what's going to be the biggest impact for our partners. With that said, we do love this event a lot, right, Peter? There are possibilities of us continuing, but don't think about that. What you need to think about is March 21st. It's only one day. How do you make it happen? How could you potentially generate your first deal that day? Not how am I going to plan to come to this later on in the year, blah, 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 blah.
Don't push off success. There's always a reason to push off success.
Yeah.
So, well, anyway, look, guys, by now you should get it. I mean, right now it should be like, yeah, I get it. This is great. I want to be in which case register. That's the first thing. I'll tell you the one thing that my mentors have always taught me, who are way more successful than myself. They taught me, if you're going to do it, do it. Make a decision and make an action step. So for those of you that are like, this makes sense, don't put it off till tomorrow. Don't put it off for another week. Go to Partner Driven Live tonight, register, and we'll see you there. Otherwise, I had fun, Rafa. You're a good guy to do this with, dude. We should do this more.
Awesome, brother. Yes. You know what? I'd much rather hear Julie and hear and have her here with us. But it's awesome that we have a team, that we got each other's backs. I know Julie's going to enjoy her trip with her daughter on her competition. You guys are Julie fans. Say a prayer for her and her daughter and cross your fingers. Her daughter is just an incredible student and works with livestock, right, Peter? She's in the
Yep.
into what is that? Animal medicine and veterinary school and stuff like that. And so she is doing her whole event. Yeah,
She's into
animal husbandry. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Animals. She's into animals. But yes, not in that way. But yeah, she's doing family stuff. So Rafa jumped in here, pinch hit. That was awesome. Guys, partnerdrivenlive.com. We'd love to see you here in a couple short weeks. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much, Peter. Have an awesome Tuesday.
Thanks, guys.